Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University and Infinity Wars, issue number 3. I've been waiting for a while for this. The question is, should I have? Well, let's get into that after we get into this. So, Infinity Wars, issue number 3 of 6. Writer, Jerry Duggan. Artist, Mike Deodato Jr. Color artist, Frank Martin. Letters, VC's Corey Petit. Cover artist, Deodato Jr. and Rain Barreto. There are variant covers and let's just say there's a whole lot of people. Okay, so let's move on. So I like how in the very beginning it shows that the Infinity Stones, Gamora has all 6 of them. Like her face is just on every single one of them. That's perfect. So Loki is all like, wait, don't kill me. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. Oh my god, I wish somebody would just kill him just for the sake of conversation. Be like, now, die, god, die. Gamora's all like, I killed the god already today. What's funny is that the image of Thanos keeps on showing up and trying to give her advice. Now, I don't know if this is real or she's just making it up. I have no clue. But she's swatting at it, and it keeps on reappearing and giving her advice and messing with her and all that. So she's like, okay, listen, I got to go to the Well of, not the Well of Infinity. That would be an entirely different thing. The God Quarry. I got to look into the God Quarry and see what's up. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go there. And that scribe that's with Loki is like, yeah, I'm trying to write a book. And I became a scribe because I'm trying to learn how to write a book. I just want to write a book. So this might be my last chance to write a book. She's like, oh, you can come with me. So, okay, right there. Pride. Pride. Gotcha. Your weakness. You're done. You're done. You're done. All right. If this was Mephisto instead of Loki, Mephisto would be like, gotcha. But Loki's all just like, I'm going to have to try and commit mischief and blah, blah. And that's the difference between Loki and Mephisto. Why do I bother talking about that? You're going to see in a little while. Straight up, she decides, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to combine all of these heroes together and throw them into the Soul Gem and see if they can work their way out. But whatever, they're not going to be able to escape because they're going to be combined. So this is where the warping is coming from. She warps everybody together. I mean, I figure she could have just left what happened in the previous issue happen. Like when she started throwing them into each other. Did you notice that she was throwing everybody into each other and those are the people who wound up becoming warped? Yeah, so this, none of this needed to happen. There was nothing in here that actually needed to happen. So she starts warping these people together. Now, 2 of the people that she warps together, right away are Stephen Strange and Steve Rogers. And they're, you know, Soldier Supreme and there's a part in here where they're making fun of all of the warped characters. The funny thing they're showing with him is he can't cast magic missile and he's not strong enough to do a complete pull-up. He is the Soldier Supreme. So are these just jokes? Like, here's the thing. I want to be angry at this, but I'm not. I'm mostly not because, well, it's silly, but more importantly, Marvel gave us the dignity of telling us that these warped crossovers are unnecessary. There's absolutely no reason on earth to buy these things unless we simply want to be entertained and have a little bit more of an inside story as to what's going on. I could not possibly thank Marvel enough for that. Be it Joe Quesada, whoever is involved with that decision, maybe Brevoort, whoever, it doesn't matter. That is a freaking awesome choice that they made to tell us that we don't actually need to purchase those comics. I will probably grab them myself anyway to do the reviews for you guys, but yeah, we don't have to buy them. Reading this, I'm very glad because if I didn't have a comic book channel, I wouldn't be buying them. I would be so off kilter this, but like I said, Marvel did have the decency to tell us we don't need them. So there's no reason to get even a little bit disjointed about it. It's just, it is what it is. Either way, it just seems like these characters are being made fun of now at this point. So this is almost like Marvel telling us, don't buy those Infinity Warped comics. Interesting, especially since 2 of them are coming out this week. Also, Moon Knight is there. Look, all these other characters that I see there, Spider-Man and Black Panther and Black Widow and, you know, the Guardians and all these characters, Thor, they were all there in the previous issue. where did Moon Knight come from? Where did Moon Knight come from? I think that what happened is somebody said, oh, hey, man, check it out. We want to warp Moon Knight with Spider-Man. So they put them together. And the conversation that they had with each other really quickly is actually great. It's perfect for these guys. But I don't remember him being there. Maybe he was and I just didn't notice. It doesn't really matter because who cares? But if they forgot to put him in and then just suddenly shoehorned him in because they wanted to combine him with Spider-Man, well, that's a weird thing. I don't think they really needed to do that, but okay. Anyhow, we do get to see a couple of warped characters in here, and, you know, whatever. This comic book is, it kind of feels like, for the most part, none of this had to happen. I feel like every single thing that happened in here could have been told in an entirely, could have been told in the previous issue and maybe a little bit of the next issue, and they could have made this a 5-issue limited series as opposed to a 6-issue limited series, you know, as far as the event is concerned. This comic book, the bulk of this entire comic book was completely unnecessary. Loki goes to have a conversation with, or Loki gets sent into the Soul Gem thing, and he's like, oh, where's the X Mansion? We don't know why exactly he needs to go to the X Mansion, but when he gets there, he's face to face with, I'm just going to show you because it's kind of a cool picture. I mean, it's Deodato Jr., but he's face to face with, that's a version of Logan plus Emma White. I almost said Emma Stone. It was not Gwen Stacy. No, it's Emma Frost with Wolverine mixed. So the white tux, and he just looks like Patch, basically, except with the white hair, you know, the blondish hair. And he's got it's a funny thing here, he's got to stab you in order to read your mind. That was cool. Yeah, I like that. I also kind of liked seeing Deadpool and Dupe. Little evil Deadpool, they call him, or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, Dupepool, they did call him, I guess. Little evil Dupepool. I mean, Dupepool is so obvious. But, you know, I like that. Anyway, that's all that happens. He goes and he's like, I need to talk to you. No, wait, I need your help. I need you. Like, he tries to be a jerk and he tries to make fun of the Emma Wolverine crossover thing. And she's, you know, it's like, oh, okay, snicked. And he's like, oh, no, wait, I really need your help. And he gets stabbed into it. Ah! It's like, oh, I'm going to read your mind now. Okay, yes. Well, it turns out that your story passes. Okay, bye. And he closed the door on him. To be continued. Now, you know I don't usually tell you the entirety of what happens in a comic book, because unless it's in issue 1, because... But I wouldn't have had anything to say in this video if I didn't. Nothing happened in this issue. This is an event. It's a mini event. I know Marvel's saying it's a mini event, but it's an event. Mini event or not, it's an event. And absolutely nothing happened in this comic book. Show me one thing that actually happened in this comic book that's so important that it had to be in its own comic, as opposed to mostly explained in the comic book before, because it already kind of was, and then sprinkle a little extra on us later. What, Gamora's got to dig through the God Quarry to get the bomb because she can't see something that's underneath? We don't even get to find out what was underneath. So all of that could have been reduced to a single panel, maybe 2 panels, but no, why waste it? You could have done it in 1 panel in the next comic book. There is not a single thing that happened in this comic book that was necessary. After I was on such a high from the previous 3-4 issues, the previous 3 issues, you know, Infinity Wars 2 and 1 and Prime that happened right before it. And then to just turn it into this comic book. This is a completely useless comic book. Completely useless. In fact, my copy actually has some damage to it. I purchased this, and it's actually got some damage to it. The printing press or whatever. You can see it sliced the heck out of this thing. It's not just that image. Like, it's a whole bunch of slices on there. It really jacked this comic book up. And I'm not even mad, because who cares? What am I going to do? Sell this comic book for $1 million? Nothing happened in this comic book. So, yeah. Honestly, this would have been a better purchase digital. Just saying. Just saying. So, yeah. I don't know about giving it to my kids, but no, nothing happened in this comic book. Nothing. All right, that's it for me, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.